Hey interwebs, it's VSG TLJ, better known as Tyrone here. I'm coming to you with the Back to Basics week of meet and greets, meeting other WLSers and how does that goes. So I went to one meet and greet, and that was the Tampa WLSFA meet and greet. And WLSFA themselves, they were great. They were great organization, and they put on a good meet and greet. But I probably wouldn't do one again. It's my personal thing. I mean, it's good to get there and meet people and get to know them a little bit, but it's really, at least that one, I'm only going by my one, was just kind of a big old party and lots of fun to be had. I was kind of hoping to see a little more from the presentations that they had, and unfortunately they didn't really have much for anybody who was along the way. They had a lot of things for newcomers. Would have been good information for people who are just starting out, but I think if you are on your way in your journey, you're past the first couple months, and it didn't hold a lot of value from that standpoint. But getting to meet people, it was pretty good. But I'm a bit of a sissy bitch, so I can get easily offended, which I did, and that kind of ruined my experience there. But I didn't see anybody getting ostracized. I know people say it can get cliquey, and I think it's cliquey in the sense that you have your certain group of people that you hang out with, that you FaceTime with, or you do hangouts with, or you chat with. You guys watch each other's videos, so you have a little group of friends that you already are real close with, and you guys get together and you're just a tight group. But you're not an inclusive group, or an exclusive group. You'll accept anybody into the group that comes along. So it looks like, oh, those guys are hanging out with each other off to the side, and they think they're better than us or whatever. But that's not the case. We're just a bunch of friends, and we're hanging out, and we're having fun. And anybody who wants to come over can come over, hang out, have fun with us. I think that there's a definite downside to it whenever you go and you hang out with a bunch of WLSers and you have a lot of things in common and the emotions come up and you make these great connections and all these friendships, and then you go back to your regular life and you have a hard time reconciling, your vacation fun with WLS friends and just your mundane, normal day-to-day life, and people can kind of go through a bit of a crisis right after a meet and greet. So those are my warnings. I'm not saying don't do them. It wasn't my thing. But meeting people one-on-one, I really enjoyed. Even in Tampa, we had a small group initially to start with. That got along just great. And even once everybody got there and our group got a little bit bigger, we all knew each other enough to where that was pretty good. But then time starts kind of getting divided, and I get a little out of control and got us in trouble and made it to where our groups had to separate a bit. and so anyway, the experience was not what I'd hoped for, but it was good. It was good learning, a good learning thing. There was a lesson to be learned. So anyway, just if you go to the meet and greets, understand they are what they are. They're a vacation with like-minded people in a like situation, and don't compare your day-to-day life or your day-to-day relationships with that of what takes place over a meet and greet, because it's not really going to match up. It's not the same thing. Meeting people one-on-one has been great. I've met Tanya and John, and that's been great. That's turned into a real close friendship. I met some other people along the way. We hung out with Corey, me and Jenny, or me and Penny. We hung out with Corey for a bit, and that was great too. The first WLSers I ever met was Kirk, VSG Kirk. I met him and Eric whenever I was out in Washington, and that was my very first meeting. I was a little nervous just because, meeting somebody for the first time, but as soon as I got there and I saw him and we started talking, it was just like two friends getting together. And after that, the nerves of meeting new people pretty much went away. It's not something I worry about. So I think you get far more out of one-on-one time or small group time. But all that being said, the NSV retreat coming next March or May I think it is, next spring, go to that, because it's not just about a meet and greet and a party. We're going to be doing things, and we're going to be pushing ourselves to do things we weren't able to do when we were fat, and kind of celebrate what we can do in life now that we've lost the weight. So I'm interested to see how that meet and greet, which is more of a retreat, goes. I think that's all I have to say on that matter. Yeah. So remember, if you can't love yourself, love me. See you next time.